What is up? We got a live trade recap to go through. Not live trade recap, but we got a trade recap to go through from today. I'm going to show you a recap from Ronin. Put this into my journal. Try to get this done before 11:45. So make this fairly quick. So we'll get right into that. All right, I got some sauce from y'all. For y'all. Okay, let's get into this. So we had a trade for today. I'm gonna go over this absolute banner. It ran for a almost 5 RR. We'll go into Ronin's recap and then we'll go into mine and just being able to put this in the why can't I think into our A+ trades. This is quality. It's not the greatest, I don't think, but maybe Ronin thinks it's quite good. We'll see. But the draw was good.
I'm going to explain the best IFG setup of today in 1 minute. Going into the high time frame, we started out this week by sweeping out previous week low, mitigating 4-hour gaps, and on top of this, we left generated targets, right? That being the new week opening gap that remained unmitigated, and 2 4-hour swings that were obviously engineered liquidity leading up to our weekly DOL. You can even see this structure right here. It becomes more apparent if you go into the 1 hour in the form of this AMD if you want to use daily profiles. And again, referencing back to the 4 hour, notice how the candles are telling the story, the wicks are doing the damage. We wick all the way lower here, and all of the candle bodies are closing above 50% or CE of this inbound. Going into New York Open, you're presented with a 15-minute gap
beautiful.
off rip that delivers to your high time frame DOL. We did have some resistance up here, but it didn't lead to any distribution, as you can see on the 1 minute. Even though we swept out a 1 hour high, that high being over there that I showed earlier, it led to a very weak distribution, and it was instantly reversed on after mitigating this 15-minute gap, having a resweep, and of course closing through the inversion. What did the inversion setup actually offer? Well, we had swept out liquidity within this 15-minute gap and instantly started disrespecting bearishness. Look at how we closed through this gap. There's no hesitation, there's no rejection wicks. It's a complete invalidation of bearishness at this point. And the same thing, high time frame, how you had those generated liquidity pools, you also have it on the low time frame, being failure swings right here, this swing leading up to obviously all these high time frame DOLs. So you put yourself in a very high probability scenario. And that's today's A+ IFEG explained in 1 minute. And if you would like the best discount for your favorite firms such as Lucid, Alpha, and TradeFi, you can use the...
All right, we got it, Ronin. All right, let's get into this. So obviously, like I said, I'm going to just give a little simpler breakdown. If you look on the higher time frame, which this is something that I'm learning, using daily profiles on the higher time. Holy, we just got really close. Growing that. Go to your holy jawline. Right? Yeah. All right. So on the higher time frame, we were accumulating. We actually get manipulation, sweeping out sell side liquidity, resting right here. We see that all the way over here. We're also tapping into a 4-hour imbalance. We actually completely fill in this imbalance. I'm not really giving a damn about this one, but this one we hit actual CE of it, like right on the wick. Beautiful. So 50%, that's what CE is. I never explained this stuff. I'm going to start because I need to be a little more informative for people who watch my content. CE is consequent encroachment. It's 50% of this fair value gap. I think you can use it on order blocks as well, which I've heard is pretty lethal. But that's just a good rejection point, and we sweep that sell side. Now this isn't into market open. This is around 5 a.m. So we're playing off this 4-hour gap coming into market open. But after hitting CE of that, that's giving me kind of like a higher time frame key level to want to go and target. And also, what's a really good higher time frame draw? We go in the weekly time frame, which I think we actually went to. We did have like a weekly, we had a weekly fair value gap, which we now have come into. And you see that, that's this area up here. So that's a draw. And we've been kind of rejecting from there. Like up here after we kind of just not wanting to come into this since Monday, Tuesday. So at that point, I was like, okay, well, if we're rejecting this, yes, we might want to come down for these lows, which are resting here, which are really good. But with us hitting this CE, I was like, okay, clearly we're going to want to draw higher. We go in the 1 hour. We're playing into, we have a 1 hour. Here, let's even just put this in the replay, actually. I'm going to make this really nice and simple for you guys. So before this 1 hour candle closed, right, we were playing into this 1 hour. And we had a 1 hour gap here, a 1 hour unmitigated here. We sweep out these highs right here, so I'm going to mark this up. Sweep out some buy side liquidity. We can go to the 15-minute. After we sweep out this buy side liquidity, we kind of are consolidating. We come down into a 15-minute bullish for value gap. Now we're playing in this 1 hour still, right? How do we know we're going to want to inverse it? Well, we're going to now have, because we have our high time frame key level, high time frame daily profile, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, beautiful distribution, right? So we have that. Now we're playing into this 1 hour, which is our other high time frame key level. How do we know we want to inverse this or respect this? We can try to predict this, right? We were making an assumption. Well, how do we confirm our assumptions? It goes from assumption, condition, execution. Kind of like condition, assumption, execution. If you're looking on a higher time frame, you're saying like your 4 hours, your fair value gaps, what's being respected, disrespected, where are the better draws in terms of low resistance versus high resistance liquidity. On the higher time frame, that's going to give you an idea of where price wants to go. Sauce for you, absolute sauce. If you don't understand that, look into it. T Trades on YouTube, phenomenal. He probably has videos on it. I know he has videos on that. But ignore that now. We can go into this. So how do we know we want to inverse this? We're going to use our 15-minute and 5-minute as our conditions. I like a 15-minute as a classic condition. We come into this 15-minute, completely respect this, actually. Beautifully. We might have came into equilibrium, I'm assuming, as well. We'll go from this 15-minute low to this high. How would... Oh, yeah. Beautiful. So then what do we catch off of this? Because now our stops would kind of be high resistance because we manipulated lower, right? And then we get a beautiful, we have 1 minute bearish for value gap, which gets disrespected. Candle closes, takes 2 candles to inverse it. Good displacement. I would go break even at this high up here, and if you go break even at this high, you never get stopped. You could have gone break even up at this gap up here, which is kind of resting in the same place. But this high right up here is coming into a 3-minute gap, which we could reject off. And maybe that wants to push us lower into this 15-minute and then inverse it. But aligning, see how like through this trade, I built a story on how I'm going to enter, right? At the end of the day, you cannot be afraid to make a wrong assumption. The market is a learning experience. It takes time. So you have to build a story around your trades. And you can't be afraid of your story being wrong because this is a game of probabilities. You're not going to be right 100% of the time. Nobody is. Nobody has a 100% win rate, right? If people had a 100% win rate, oh, nobody does, right? This is not a numbers game. You're making estimated guesses, educated guesses off of probabilities, off of confluences, and building a story, right? The way I trade isn't how you trade. This is why I love trading, because it's not just like you buy a course and you're going to learn how to trade. No. There's no secret key where you see the way I trade and you think all the people who are doing this trade the same way. No, everyone trades differently, right? Everyone trades differently. Nobody trades the same way in the terms of confluences and in terms of what they look at for a draw on liquidity. Now, the way I trade is the way a lot of other people trade, 100%. But there's people who trade, who put circles on their charts. Look at Bonka. He trades rise zones based off sunrise zones in different parts of the world. I know people who trade off astrology. It's insane to me, but it's super fucking cool. But yeah, that's really it for the trade. You get a 1 minute inversion. Oh yeah, in terms of targeting, this would be a continuation. We end up inversing this. We go for this unmitigated 1 hour gap, and we'll go to the 1 minute. Actually, we'll go to the 5 minute. And watch how this wants to play out. There you go. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It's that easy. It's that easy. Can you see my face? Yeah, you can. All right, I'll just make sure. All right, we're good. It's that easy. It's that easy, though. It's not though. But I have people text me on TikTok, like, what's your YouTube and all this shit, and I'm hoping you guys are liking this. I realize I've been doing this more for myself, but if I'm building content around this, I should be more informative on what I'm doing. It might take longer. So some updates. I'm not going to be doing the back test and posting that on YouTube anymore because it's really just data building, and it takes me a lot longer to have to like go through the YouTube channel and try to get this posted and make sure I'm making it so it's like easy for you guys to consume. I'd rather just build that on my own and just show you live trades. I'm not doing live trades. I'll just show trade literally like this. I'll show when I get in trades, and I'll go over it, and I'll journal it. That's what I'll get posted. And that's what's going to be getting put into, like, my trade journal. And then the back test is just going to be on my own thing. So I'm going to get this done, like I said, before 11:40, and then, which is not looking good. I've been yapping, and we'll go into the back test. So all I got to do now is journal this. I mean, you guys got a good understanding of this now. Journal this in here, and then I'm just going to back test for a bit, and then I got to go to the gym. So I'll get this video uploaded. But I think this is absolute sauce in terms of targeting. A lot of good draws resting up here. We had that unfilled weekly gap. We had 15-minute, we had equal highs right up around here too. It's just a beautiful target, really good draws, and now we're rejecting. So we'll go to the higher time frame right now, and I want to show you something. We came all the way up into this 4 hour, reached up these highs. We're coming down lower. We can go in the 1 hour because we're rejecting mainly off a 1 hour gap. Unmitigated, tap into it. We're rejecting, and we're coming back down to this 1 hour. Looking like we might want to inverse it, and then we'll probably want to go down for these lows maybe. It's a really volatile move today. Good price action. In terms of Forex Factory, what do we got for news tomorrow? Oh, President Trump was speaking today too. Interesting. But tomorrow we have unemployment claims. That's before market open and after market open. So we have core price index. Interesting. October data. Okay, interesting. Tomorrow's going to be an interesting day. And then Friday, we have PMI. And is this all week, the World Economic Forum annual meetings? It is. Okay. Looking at those guys. But yeah, this is what we've been building. I'll show you the back test, by the way, because I've been doing it now, but just not uploading it. But this back testing videos still have absolute sauce in them. But, we've been building. And like I said, my goal is to get this up to 100. And maybe once I have 100, I'll give it a little update on where I'm at and then on how I'm going to make refinements to my model. I think that actually would be beneficial if I remember to do that. But yeah, just getting focused on this, building all this up to 100 trades plus, especially with live market within the next month and a half, 2 months. Within the next month, I can finish this. It's taken me a week to get 30 plus trades journaled. So within the next month, I could, I think, easily get through this, build 100 trades, and if we have above a 60% win rate with a 1-to-1, it's really fucking good. Make small little tweaks, and take it to the live market. And if I'm not profitable within the live market, it's all my psychology, it's not the model. If we have a break-even win rate and everything after 100 trades, or we're unprofitable, make certain refinements, build it up, learn from it. We have data. So yeah, that's the whole goal. I'll get this video uploaded onto YouTube. I hope you enjoyed the trade recap. Peace, guys.